889-821-288. 889-821-288. So if you want to do that. All right, I'm out of here because it's getting ready to load up. So we'll be on this issue Wednesday. Bye. Well, good morning, Friday Fire. Here we are. We are back live once again. So I want to first off say thank you to all of you that were just on my personal page. I was telling you about I'm going to be right here as we talk about part 2 of what it is that we need to do in order to be successful. So for those of you that missed yesterday, let me do a quick review. Just going to do a quick review of yesterday, and then we're going to jump into brand new content for today. So quick review of yesterday was simply this: 3 words that really matter. We're talking sales. We're talking people that have the ability. I call them salespreneurs. These are the people that are in an industry that you don't get paid just by the hour. Maybe you get paid a base and then you get commission. But I'm talking to people that you have the ability to dictate and control the finances that come into your life. So if that's you, this video, this live is for you. This will be on YouTube. This will be on LinkedIn. So for those of you that watch this on the replay, I want you to know this is part 2 to what we talked about previously. So both part 1 and part 2 will be available for you. So 3 words that really matter. You need to understand these 3 words. The first word is opportunity. When you are a salespreneur, you have plenty of opportunity. When I think about, I'm using the real estate industry as a baseline as I talk, but this works if you sell jewelry, if you sell candy, if you sell pies, if you sell whatever you sell, if you sell a cleaning service, whatever it is that you sell, you need to always understand that you have plenty of opportunity. Plenty of opportunity. We're in the DFW Metroplex, which simply means there's over 7 million people that live just right here in our Metroplex, which means you always have a lot of opportunity. Second thing that you need to catch this morning is with opportunity, you need to understand capacity. I speak about this so much because it's the capacity that you come to your opportunity with that determines what you're going to extract from that place. So I'm going to use, for example, here, I have a couple glasses. Both of these have a capacity limit. Once you get to a certain place, things start to roll out. So depending on your capacity depends on how much of the opportunity that you actually receive. So we have to keep challenging this area. When you really want to put a word around this area, this word becomes mindset. When you think about it, your mindset's going to determine a lot of things. Good morning, Wynn. I see you on this morning. Thank you for joining us. So your mindset has to be challenged around your capacity. What is capacity? I'm in review mode. It's the maximum amount that I can contain or that I can produce. It's the maximum amount that something can contain or produce. Once again, 16 ounces, that's all you're going to get out. Go to the ocean, you only are going to pull out 16 ounces. So if you can, first of all, have a mind shift where you challenge your mindset, you challenge your capacity, that you keep expanding your borders, you keep enlarging, you keep increasing, you keep challenging, you keep stretching, you keep growing. How do we do this? Sometimes you do this by the people that you just hang around with. Some of the people that you hang around with are going to determine how you think. I can put myself in settings where I am like the best thing out there because I can put myself in that kind of setting. But then I also can put myself in settings where I'm good, but I'm also challenged. And if you want to grow, you want to put yourself around people that challenge your mindset, challenge your level of play, challenge what you're on. You don't want to be an all-star on a team that's losing. You want to be an all-star on a winning team, on the greatest of great platforms. And the only way to do that is you have to challenge the very limits of your life. So again, capacity. So opportunity, plenty, plethora, so much. Capacity, what is it that you can get? How much can you contain? How much can you produce? Some of you may be at the place that you're at maximum capacity and what you can produce, which means you need to recruit people and train people, and you need to walk through the 5 levels of leadership. You need to walk through that and be able to model the behavior. You got to mentor the behavior. You got to motivate the behavior. And then you finally got to move out the way so that you can multiply your efforts inside of the people. I gave them to you real quick. We teach a whole lesson on that, but I just gave them to you real quick there. What I tell you, model, mentor, motivate, move out the way so you can multiply. So you need to do that if you want to expand maybe your capacity. Maybe you need to delegate more. All right, so that's capacity. The third thing is strategy. What is the strategy that you're going to use in order for you to expand my capacity so I can get more opportunity? That's what we're talking about. Y'all ready? Let's jump back in. I'm sharing my screen, and we're going to jump right back into where we were at yesterday and carry on in our conversation. So again, remember, if this is of value to you, please, you can get on my calendar. I will be able to walk certain things with you. If you've never been on my calendar before, you know I have a complimentary coaching call that I give all clients that have never been on my calendar. Now, if you've been on my calendar, you need to access this information, and you just need to go ahead and just hire us for a coaching session. We'll do a session, we'll do a month, we'll do 3 months, we'll do a year. It's up to you. Proximity matters, but today I want to teach this. And guess what? You're going to catch some value by just listening in and learning. So this sheet right here, again, I was inside of a real estate group teaching this week. And so in the course of this sheet, there's some yellow fields that we've given to them, some of my coaching clients that I do from a brokerage standpoint of how you can use this to dictate and determine what it is that's going to happen in your life. So we did this yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up what we did yesterday. All right. So you'll fill out the yellow sections of this sheet, and the yellow sections will then blow up and move into things. So matter of fact, I'll just do it real quick. So let's say your desired income is 100 grand. So I want to make $100,000, and I'm just using this number. It can be higher. It can be lower. It can be higher. It can be lower. So I didn't say this is what they make. Hey, but at the end of the day, they do so much work that sometimes you don't even realize how much work these individuals are doing on your behalf. So if you're out there buying a house, selling a house, and you really have a good realtor, they're doing a lot of work. I'm talking a lot of work. I was in the automotive space, so I trained my associates on the work that needed to be done in order to serve your client. Well, their work, it goes even times 10, in my opinion, to the work that an auto salesperson's doing. Now, I got some auto people that you're listening in, and I know your general manager may not want me to say this, but let me tell you something. This is an industry that you better get your eyes on, because the ratio of what you can make per unit is just great. It's a great industry to be in. I mean, matter of fact, I sometimes think, what if, right? Don't want to stay there too long, but what if I spent 17 years in this industry versus 17 years in the automotive industry? I'll leave it at that. If you want to talk to me offline, please do. So from this sheet, as the month changes, you change this month, because this is going to show you, it's going to give you a dynamic pace. It's going to teach you how to pace and to know what your pace is, what your current is, and what you need to do to get on target for your goals. So I want to make $100,000. Let's just see where I'm at right now. So how many homes have I sold just year to date? How many homes have I sold year to date? So this is month to date. This is where we are. I'm going to correct this right now. How many homes have I sold year to date? So let's say, for instance, I've sold 12 homes, right? So it blows it out. My average commission, whatever it is that you make from an average commission, you're going to put right here. I'm just using, for the sake of illustration, I'm going to use $4,000. All right. So I sold 12 homes. I make $4,000 every time I sell a home, which means currently I made about $48,000. With my pace being, if I stay on pace, I'm going to sell 16 homes. I'll turn around and I'll make about $64,000. So now let's say I want to make $100,000. That's my goal. I want 2020. I'm coming out bold. I want to add more to my life. So if I want to do $100,000 worth of gross income into my life, I now have to say to myself, if my commission, this line here, stays the same, then my production, this line here, has to change, right? I have jacked this thing up. Hold on one second. My production has to change. So in order for me to get to $100,000 on this scale here, I need to sell 25 homes. So the delta between 16 and 25 is 9 extra homes. So I got to figure out what is it that I'm going to do that's going to help me to sell 9 extra homes. All right. That's the first half of the sheet. Sometimes just knowing what I need helps me to go get it. Sometimes people don't get what they need and what they could become because you don't even have the formula that shows you what exactly do I need. So now I can use this from an affirmation standpoint. I believe that 25 people are going to say yes to me when it comes to the aspect of real estate. Now, how many of you know that if you get 25 yeses, you got to deal with a lot more no's if you're going to get to 25 yeses? So I have to be willing to become numb to the no's in order to find my yeses. I want to say that again. I have to be willing to become numb to the no's in order to find my yeses. So no's don't bother me. No's actually leads me into a few things. All right, so we're teaching this morning, so I'm sharing screens. You take notes down there, but no's. So in sales, we need to understand that this word right here, man, great guy. Go train for him up in the DC area right now. He has a Rolls Royce dealer, BMW dealer, McLaren. So I go up there. I've been up there 4 times this year. And I remember him making this statement to me. He made this statement to me at one point. He said, Derek, if you can get more people to say yes than the people that you love, you don't have to say no to. Oh, man, isn't that powerful? He said, if you can get people to say yes, then the people that you love, you don't have to say no to. Now, the flip is true. If you keep hearing the word no and can't turn a no into a yes, you're going to be saying no to the people that you love. So the first thing you need to know about the word no is that many times there's so many other definitions that comes when you hear the word no. So the first thing that I hear when I hear no is the first thing is you got to add some letters. Sometimes people tell you no because they just don't know enough about what you are talking about. They don't know enough about the housing market. So I said no that I'm not ready to buy because I didn't know that I didn't have to have all that money. So sometimes you have to dig a little bit deeper when you hear the word no. See, because no might mean they just don't know how, they just didn't know where, and they just didn't know that it was possible. So if you don't dig when you hear no and check on the why behind the no, you will be turned around and you will not be effective in sales. See, when I hear no, I need to challenge the no. So tell me a little bit more. So you're saying no. Are you saying no to the timing? You're saying no to the house? You're saying no to me? What are you saying no about? Or is there things that maybe I didn't speak clear enough about? So what do you need to know? Also, when I hear no, most of the time I really hear not yet. They just didn't know how to say that, right? They didn't say not yet. And the reason why they don't say not yet is because what normally happens if you hear the word not yet, we start now coming in a little bit more pressure, and that pressure sometimes makes people uncomfortable. So our job really is to lower the anxiety level down of your client. I need to lower the anxiety level down of my client. How do I do that? Wow, I can do that by, first of all, being a person that is relatable and being a person that builds a bridge of trust. People still today, no matter how much we market, advertise, and do things online, they still want to deal with a professional, number one. Number two, they want to deal with a personable person, number two, because there's transactions that you can't just click and get. These are transactions where I still need to interact with a human being, and I want to interact with somebody that's going to make my interests their interests. Sometimes I'm getting no because you're putting your interest in front of my interests. Okay, so you've heard the term, right? With them. You've heard this term, right? What's in it for me? So you got to make sure that you are giving your client the information that causes them to know that they are a priority. When I can make people understand, feel that they are the priority, they then start to lower their anxiety. That's the place we want to get to. I want to get to the place where you can tell me the real issue, the real deal, the real reason, because we can't overcome what we first of all don't know. All right. Man, we can't overcome what you don't know. So here it is that sometimes we're over here trying to overcome some objections, but you don't even know what the real objection is because you did not spend time getting to know your client. So they don't even tell you what the real objection is. So they use the word no sometimes to send you away when then they go do some research. So if I don't do a good enough job of building this beginning, I will never get to the side to show them my expert knowledge. Now remember, I'm just using this term and I can take this in anybody's field. I can help you sell paparazzi jewelry better because there's a system to sales. So if you follow these systems, right? Okay, so okay, I got you. So some of you are really locked in, right? So you're locked in. So let's look at it. Let's look at it. You say, okay, you're talking about there's a system to sell. Yes, there's a system to sales. This is what I teach. Why did I leave the auto industry? I left the auto industry. I hooked up to opening up my own company in order to provide coaching that will up level what you have that you're doing. If I can't come to you and help you to get more, you don't need me. If I can't come to you and help you to learn some techniques that will help you build better bridges with your people, right? Will help you to retain your employees if you got a staff, or will help grow you mentally, personally in sales or in a personal level, and then help you to gain profitability, then yes, you're right. You have to find somebody else. But this is where proximity matters. If you stay way over there, some of the stuff you didn't know that I knew. Because online, lots of times, what am I doing? Man, I'm encouraging your heart. Just come on, we can make it. Let's go win. But there's a system to sales. So I want to show you something. Let's think about it. So I'm going to ask you a question as I get my screen back up. So I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to try to go back and forth between all these screens, right? So the first thing is, when it comes to sell, what's the most important thing that we have? What's the most important thing, right? Or what's the components of sales? So think about that question. What are the components of sales, right? What are they? All right, so let's talk about it. Let's look. And I know you're not in the Zoom room, so you can't really talk to me, but you can talk to me, right? What are the components of sales? So when I think about the components of sales, now y'all know I love alliteration. So my stuff is going to probably have the same letter. That's just who I am. So do not get upset because of that. But when I think about the components of sales, I always think, number one, there has to be a product involved. So when there's sales and there's a transaction that's occurring, there's going to be a product involved. Somehow, some way, something. There's a product involved, right? For me, what do I sell today? I sell my services. I sell coaching service. That's my product. What does it look like? 90-day challenge. I have one for a business. I have one for individuals. Then what else do I have? I have one-on-one coaching, executive one-on-one coaching, where now it's just me and you based on what you do, based on what you are. And you bring to me what it is that you want me to help you with, right? So that's one-on-one coaching. What else do we have? We have team projects. We could go on and on and on, but there's always a product. Paparazzi jewelry, furniture, car, homes, mastermind, whatever it is, that's your product. You got to have a product if there's going to be a sales transaction. Okay. So product. The next thing you got to have in the sales process somehow, some way is their people, right? So there's the producer of the product. So you got that person. So who makes the product? Who's behind the product? Who's the mind behind it? Who's the engineer? How they set it all up? You got that person. Then you have the seller of the product, right? I'm the distributor now. I'm getting ready to do it. I'm going to sell this product. So in this case, realtor, that would be a product. Auto sales, that would be the person. Then you have the person that needs the product or wants the product. So you got people. So y'all got it, right? We're with me. Come on, stay with me. Don't you leave here. All right. So you got the product, you got the people. What else do we have? Inside of this process, I said it. There has to be somewhat of a process. So there has to be a process. You have to have some systematic system in which you're going to deliver this to your people. You know, we can get way in depth in that. How much should be automated? How much should be intentional? How much should have human interaction? You know, I think, here's what I will tell you. The younger you are in something, the more human interaction you have to have in it because your brand's not established. It's kind of like you're getting to know what the Assist You to Win brand is. But for the most part, I got to be involved in the process in order for you to really understand what's going on, because it's not a brand that's been around for 50 years. I can't just draw you a yellow M and you're like, ooh, fries that are going to be nice and salty, McDonald's, right? I can't give you rollback pricing and you think Walmart. See, these are brands that are established over time. So the younger your brand is, the more the visionary and the workers of the brand have to be involved in the process. I just helped somebody right there. Excuse me. What did I just help you with? Some of you are too far away from your sales process. You're too far away from your sales process. Okay. So let me go deeper here. Stay with me. I know I told you this is a teaching live, so it's different, but you're too far away from your process. What do I mean? See, when the deal maker gets too far away from the deal doesn't happen. When the deal maker gets too far away from the deal doesn't happen. So some of you are sending people through all of these places, and because they're going through all of these places, the deal will not happen because the deal maker is too far away from the process. You need to get closer to the process. You need to have more human interaction. Right now, you don't have enough business to pick yourself away where people can't get to you. So don't set it up. You know, it's funny. Y'all know I love the church. But it's funny because sometimes in the church, you see it very, very prevalent, right? And what do we see there? You see a small church and the pastor has like 13 armor bearers and then 7 people sitting down in the pews. Why? Why? Get them all sitting down right now because they need to all learn something. You don't need all these armor bearers. Just because you saw the big place do it doesn't mean you need it on that scale, right? So it's the same concept in the course of this. Okay, got to be into the process. Okay, what else do we do? All right, man, we're going to have to do a part 3. I feel like, we've given you a lot of content and I'm going to have to stop. Okay, but let's get to a stopping point. So product, people, process, price, right? Got to have some type of price, right? In order for us to have a transaction in this process, got to have a price. So when you think about these 4 P's, I want you to think about this, and we'll pick up here when we pick back up in part 3. So here's where we're going to pick up at. You're going to think about this question. If these are 4 P's of the puzzle, so all these are important. Let's call these are very important in our process and in the aspect of sales. Which one, in your opinion, is the most important one? Is it the product? Is it the people? Is it the process? Or is it the price? All right. I hate to stop right here, but I understand you only can take so much. As well, I understand some of you are watching this on your way to work. So I'm going to stop right here today, and we'll pick back up right here. Okay. We're going to pick up right here. I don't know when. Maybe Monday. How about we do it Monday, right? Let's do it Monday. We're going to pick back up here Monday. And when we pick back up, it's going to be part 3 to this. Now, I'm going to put my calendar link in, and I'm going to do it because some of you are already saying, hey, I need to talk to you about something. So again, listen to me very well. If you've never been on my calendar, I always do a complimentary consultation with people that have never been on my calendar. If you've been on my calendar and you're ready to talk to me, listen, you know what? I know he can help me. I need to get on there. I'm going to click the link. I'm going to set up time, and I got to figure out what can we do for myself I can start accessing this level of information and coaching and instruction. Let's figure it out. Let's just figure it out. You call me. I promise you, we're going to figure it out, right? Listen, I don't want to stress you, but I'm okay with stretching you. I don't want to stress you, but I am okay with stretching you. And I understand this. It's not for everyone, and it's okay. But it is for a few of you. A few of you are listening in, and you know it's time. How am I going to go to the next level if I don't do something that's next level? So it's time for me to just figure this thing out. I'm going to the next level. I'm committed to it. I need it. I want it. I desire it. And also, I desire that next level that we've been talking about, right? That's why you're doing it. You're doing it with the focus in mind. Okay, it's the weekend. Finish today strong, right? It's Friday. Focus in on Friday. Take what we've talked about today, meditate on it. Let's continue to move forward. And then we're going to keep going in the aspect of this because I got so much more to give. And I'm so excited to be able to add value to your life. And hey, as I always tell you, it doesn't matter your age or stage, your race or place, whatever you do today, listen, you were born to win, destined to win, so might as well go win. Have a great day. I will talk with you later. Bye-bye.